Hey Scorpio, let's do your reading for the next 7 days from the time you're watching this. I hope you have been well. I hope you're being kind to yourself and not allowing people to be afraid of you or to treat you like shit. Queen of Cups. Why are you so nostalgic? Two of Pentacles. And Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck is Queen of Wands. Let me feel this through. You're lost in daydreams and fantasizing about a situation that is either on its way to you or has long gone, and it's like you're waving bye to a ship that has passed and you just won't get off the shore. You've built your throne there and you're like, no, I'll just keep enjoying this sentimental moment until that ship comes back and turns around. While you're still waiting, your hair grown from shoulder length to butt length, you're still waiting for that ship to come back. It's not going to. Not yet, at least. It might someday. All flowers bloom and all stars shine and fade. But your light shouldn't be wasted in nostalgic, not even daydreaming, just nostalgic, like lost in that which was, or that which could have been, or that which should have been. The love you had that was there and then it wasn't there. The money that you could make if you put some effort into it, but you just don't really want to because the emotions are so overwhelming that you just don't want to do anything. You're holding on to the passion inside you and you don't want to let it flow out to create something. You're staring at the moon, waiting for the moon to go down so that you can have the sunlight come up, but every second you stare at the moon, the energy of your eyes is just slowing its orbit down, metaphorically. And the Queen of Cups, so connected to nature, to divinity, to source, to herself or himself, to the messages coming in and out of life, people coming in and out of your life, but you're stuck on this one cup. This one cup that was emptied a long time ago, and it can and will be refilled again, but you must set it down first. These pentacles you're toying around, like looping back and forth between how to make money or how not to make money. And it's literally on top of your head. Like, the pentacle here is quite literally on top of your head. And the other one's in your right hand. You have everything that you could build an empire with in the palm of your hand and on your mind. And it has a purity of intention, but you can't see clearly because your sight, your knowing is clouded. And it's not even clouded by, confusion. It's clouded by the steam of the emotions that have evaporated, by the fire that has constantly tried to motivate you to move forward. And instead of motivating you, you're just creating bubbling water. The sun will rise. Your ships will come in. That which you are waiting for will arrive at your door. The person that hurt you will come to you with new gained wisdom. These beautiful little yellow flowers and red flowers, if you contribute them or correlate them, that's the word, thank you, to the chakra system. Your heart is open. You are manifesting things whether you realize it or not. things of self-worth and self-power, things of financial prosperity and wealth, security, messages from spirit, family connections that are withstanding the test of time no matter how much you turn your back to them. Something, a big shipment of something coming for you. It could be the love of your life, could be an opportunity for work, it could be you ordered a series of books to publish and it's coming in and you're like, oh, well, this is the life I had. And now in a few minutes, I'm going to have a brand new life. Okay, what's the problem? Your crown's even sideways. And you're wearing all black. Like, you really loved someone. Wow, Scorpios. You loved someone to the point where you put your life on hold to wait for them to mature. And you waited for so long that they have forgotten that they were maturing and they've just gone about around their business. Stubbornly. Look at this Queen of Wands. I'm not moving from here. I'm going to sit here and hold that staff until it grows from the fire in my hands, with a Siamese cat at its feet, the sunflower at the left. You're not doing the right thing. Neither is this person you're waiting for. This person you're waiting for is not being an exemplary example of human. They're not being a good person. They're manipulating situations based on their own personal gain. And they're keeping you waiting with silence and empty words and promises and, you know, one day we'll be together. One day you'll have that raise. One day your money will multiply. Someday your ships will arrive and it'll be the most glorious day. Why not today? Why isn't the day you get everything you want today? You must be a vibrational match to what you want. You know this, right? Like attracts like. So if you're sitting there feeling sad or nostalgic or just lost in the past or what coulda, shoulda, woulda, and you're grieving or sighing or crying, all you're doing, I just want to hug you. I really just want to hug you. I want to put your head on my shoulder and just caress your hair until you let this issue of this person that hurt you and acted like they're better than you go. They could never arrive. They could never be ready. They could be ready already and they're just waiting for you to open the door. They could be standing right outside the other door waiting to knock, but you're too busy to hear the knock because you're lost in your daydreams. On the positive, like truly moving forward aspect of this, you're in a position now where you're seeing the cup and how it's been dried up for a while. The cup being your heart, your emotions, your connection, your intuition, your motherliness, your gentleness, your kindness. You've been in the depths of everything for so long, you don't know how to be easy breezy. You think you're doing it, but you're not. You think you're really attempting to be better and to move forward, but you're going 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. What you must become aware of is that where you are right now is perfect. What you're feeling right now is perfect. But you must not remain in it. When you have the perfect analogy all the time of water in one place, you keep it in one place and then eventually air bubbles form in it. You leave those air bubbles over there, dust collects on top of it. You leave the dust in the air bubbles, eventually this weird stuff starts happening in the water. And then, like, not nice things happen. And if there's any nature around, that water turns moldy and nasty. You ever, like, seen a puddle of water in the street and it's just there for, like, a week? Do you think anybody's going to want to go drink from that cup? No. So why would you keep looking at that cup? Yes, the love you felt, I feel it, honey, I feel it. Not the way you felt it. Never the way you felt it. That's unique to you. That is your gift. Very few people can feel things the way a Scorpio feels them. And that's no knock against any other sign. We all feel things differently. The Scorpios go through a depth of feeling to where they are completely willing and ready to destroy themselves, to prove to someone that they love that other person. And the time for that is over. You cannot keep yourself stagnant and in a state of self-imposed indecision with a facade of confusion to people when you know damn well what you're waiting for is coming for you, and you are better off just going and having fun in the meantime. The Queen of Wands can be a stubborn bitch of a character. Truly. She can be icier than the Queen of Cups. Because the fire is usually much more arrogant in a way where it knows without the fire there is no warmth. And everybody enjoys warmth. The Queen of Cups is the same way in a way. Everyone requires water. So she can sit there and take as much time as she wants because everybody needs her. But you're not realizing that what you're doing is sabotaging yourself. Self-imposed indecision does not bring you to where you want to be. You are already where you want to be. You must just feel like the person that you would be if you were actually ready. So if you're trying to be this perfect lover, but you're sitting there miserable, you're going to attract somebody in your life that gives you every reason to be miserable. You're waiting for something material to come to you. But how is it going to come to you if you're lost in a state of being that says, I don't have what I want, I'm waiting? And then the Queen of Cups can become very narcissistic in a way. Being connected to Source that much means you can also be disconnected from Source that much. And whether this is a water sign in your life, or a mother figure, or yourself, which this really would be you because it's a water card coming up first in your own reading. Allow yourself the grace of self-respect. Regardless of how much you loved somebody and how beautiful the water in that cup was, it's not in that cup right now. Right now you have money on the mind and money coming out of your pores. You're glowing in gold in the middle of the night. You're covered in these white robes and you're pure. You've gone through the transformation. You've evolved. Now you must embody that. And what you want will be there. But it will not be there if you're going to pretend that you're waiting for it. Waiting means you're telling the universe that you're not ready. The Queen of Wands waits for nothing. She gets it when she wants it and she goes for it. She uses the emotions to burn the way forward. The emotions are fuel for the fire for her. But for the Queen of Wands, she can't fuel her fire with emotions. The fire is fuel for her emotions. So somebody that comes into her life and shows her a fantastic time will amplify the emotions of the Queen of Wands. Her capacity to feel and grow and care, or to be cold and heartless and careless. If you go to the Queen of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Cups will blossom the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles will become lost in her own abundance. You've become so in tune with who you are, you've lost who you wanted to be. Take a moment today, right now even, and just breathe and acknowledge your emotional state and acknowledge that you are allowed to feel different emotions. You are allowed to let yourself be loved. You don't have to wait for the same person. They could have turned to stone by now for all you know. And in this universe, anything is possible. You create your own destiny. But you're not creating anything other than the same repetitive pattern. I want, how do I get it? I'm going to wait for it. I'm waiting for it and I want it. How do I get it? All right, you wait for it. But I'm already waiting for it. Well, let's do some more to wait for it and then still wait for it. It's coming. It'll be there, and it would be here already if you would just do something else to change the energy. Pretend like it's like you're in what I'm seeing here is, you know those McDonald's playpens with a bunch of balls everywhere? And like little kids jump into them and they're like lost in the puddle of colorful balls. It's like you're lost in this puddle, in this pond of all of these beautiful experiences you've had that have brought you to this point of where your heart is breaking at the very thought of having to move forward, because you know if you get out of that pond, everything that you experienced will become a part of your past. Oh, you really, really, really loved somebody. And it doesn't look like they're around right now. It doesn't feel like they're around. Under the Queen of Wands is the Wheel of Fortune, and under that is the Moon in reverse, and under that is the Five of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune is a good card. Things are moving in your favor, in everybody's favor. A new day, a new dawn, and all of that stuff. But it doesn't mean anything. And like, what's the point of the sun rising if you're still sitting in that throne, making your butt numb and fall asleep on that chair, waiting for someone who's obviously still out doing their own thing? Personally, for me, I've been waiting for somebody for quite some time to do something. And they're just so busy that they don't know how to make time to do it. And I'm not going to let that waste my life. Well, whenever you're ready, you know, I'm ready. And we can move something forward. You know, we can get the deck of cards made and print out a whole bunch of them and start this and that. Whatever the case may be. Don't allow your financial stability to be dependent on your emotional stability. Your emotions must be neutral and higher. Otherwise, your finances struggle. And when your finances struggle, you're always waiting for help. So take all the magnificent capacity of what you feel, and just for a few days, channel it into money. Money, money, money. Money comes to you easily and effortlessly. Look up Louise Hay affirmations. Look up Abraham Hicks. Look up Reverend Ike. There's a great book by Florence Scovel Shinn. Read that, or there's an audiobook version of it. I feel you. Not just one person, because there's many facets of what it is I'm feeling. But the common thread in the tapestry you've woven for yourself is putting your future on hold for the companionship of someone else in your life. You're waiting for that fourth wand. You're waiting for family and home so that everything you do will be a beautiful memory later with the love of your life. It's so sweet. It's so beautiful, honestly. And it's so deadly to you. It's one of the gifts of the Scorpio. Such sweet poison. The Queen of Wands, whomever he or she is in your life, will be there for you. They will come to you and bring you that which you seek. The Wheel of Fortune is there as complete. Yep, they will. But you get to decide how that person comes into your life. Through joy and happiness and prosperity and the potential of a stable future. Whether it's a job with this Two of Pentacles saying just make the move, take the chance, stop being wishy-washy. Or whether it's the opportunity for love and stability in marriage. You must manifest it with a positive emotion. Otherwise, this Queen of Wands is going to be a stubborn bitch who's going to control you and manipulate you and make all of your emotions into steam that doesn't do anything but give her a sauna. I used to know a fire sign who, no matter how upset I got at her, oh my God, she would just revel in it. And not in a way where it was like mean, but she was condescending about it. Like, oh, you're crying again? Get off that shit. Don't allow people to belittle your emotions, and don't allow yourself to belittle yourself within your emotions or due to your emotions. He or she will come to you and they will come through for you. They will. You have 3 different people in your life that you are keeping on hold, and they're waiting for you to get off that throne and to put some work into your life. You can do it. You're already capable of doing it. You just need to stop reveling in the past. Excuse me a moment, I'm going to take a sip. If you would use that magnificent, beautiful capacity of what it is you feel and create art with it, you could make a fortune. And it's not even about money. You could use that money as spiritual energy. It's the materialized manifestation of love. That's why energy exchanges are important. You exchange energy. People spend energy to do something, and you spend energy to say thank you. When you make something and you sell it, it's not about the money. It's about what you can do with the money, the freedom that the money brings. But that money, that freedom isn't going to be there unless you allow yourself to feel free. And right now, you don't feel free, dear Scorpio. You really don't. You want to be. But whatever this energy is, this person in your life who's just shut you down at every turn. Don't be the sidekick, Scorpio. Don't be the sidekick. Take your life into your own power. Take that beautiful capacity to feel and move forward. Bottom of the deck on this deck is Talon the Sylph, which means so many different things, honestly. But your life, basically, if I'm going to narrow this down to just this, she's going in a completely different direction. In the book, it says that it's like she doesn't, She's not bound by the laws of anything. She goes where she wants, does what she wants, goes in any direction at any time. The Wheel of Fortune spins constantly. What was isn't anymore. It only exists in your heart and your mind, and in the ether, the Akashic, which is fine. But you don't have to look at that scrying pool of a cup you're holding and your memories to constantly go back and forth between what was and what could be while you're waiting for somebody to come and get you out of it. The wheel is turning in your favor, which means just allow yourself to feel something different other than feeling not good enough for that which you truly want. Because the card that came out from this deck was the Singer of the Chalice, which is like the Ace of Cups, but it's the angelic force, the universal, omniversal force of love that fills the cup of love. It's not source, so to speak. It's like the breath of source filling the cup, the sound of God that fills the cup of love that is being offered to you to replenish the cup. And it could be with the same person that cup was with in the first place. It really could be. But in order to match the vibration that that person is giving, you must allow yourself to make that Two of Pentacles into Three Pentacles, which means you work with Spirit to add the third pentacle and move forward with 3 pentacles and 3 wands. And don't get stuck at 4 pentacles. What was, what will be, can always, what was is beautiful, and it was. And it can be remade again in a better way. If something didn't work out in the past because of immaturity, stubbornness, pride, arrogance, neediness, all these immature emotions that are basically guide signs to you to move forward and grow. And I know how it can be very intoxicating to remain in a state of being that had you feeling so much love. But what you're not aware of right now is that if you allow yourself to feel more than you thought you could feel, the love that is coming for you, to you, and through you, and from you, will be so much purer, so much more pure, that it'll make what you had seem a little childish, honestly. That Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands didn't become queens by being pretty little princesses their entire life. At some point, they have to accept that they are maturing. And you can choose to mature with wisdom and grace, or sit there and fall on your face. You know, getting smashed and drinking and smoking and being belligerent and trampy and just being a hoe bag and being like, oh, that's all I deserve. No, it's not, honey. No, it's not. You deserve everything and everything on top of it. But before you're going to allow yourself to have that, you know, people always wonder, well, how do I build self-worth? How do I let this go? How do I move forward from this? There is no way to do it. It happens when it happens. You cannot force your heart or your emotions. The advice I can give you, and the advice I'm sensing from all of this, looking at it like a baker baking a cake, and I'm seeing the ingredients you've used, and you're waiting. Do something different. Do something different. Be kinder to yourself and do something different. Do something out of character. Not harming anybody and not belittling or degrading yourself, but do something different. Expand your comfort zone. The Scorpio isn't just a scorpion, it was the phoenix before. And the phoenix isn't afraid of dying. It isn't afraid of letting go of what was, because every time in the mythology of the phoenix, it rebirths itself. It comes back better, more beautiful, stronger, wiser, and more of itself every time. Death to the phoenix isn't death, it's a transformation of glorification of what it is. Allow yourself to be the best version of you. And if you don't know how, simply create something. Take a box of Crayola colored pencils, go to Walgreens or whatever drugstores around you, get some crayons or some colored pencils, a little notepad or a piece of paper, and draw something. Just get this feeling out of you. Because you can't even see the trees for the forest or the forest for the trees. You're so lost in your emotions that the emotions have grown a forest around you and you don't know how to get out of it anymore. Oh, but I love him. Oh, but I love her. Oh, but it was so great. Oh, but, oh, but, oh, but. Your butt's going numb sitting in all of that situation. Yeah, you had a beautiful family. Yeah, you had a gorgeous life. Yeah, you had magnificent potential to do everything. Just imagine what you could do now, knowing what you know, feeling what you felt, having done what you've done, being connected to Source and yourself in such a better and more profound way, such a clearer way. Look at this. You go from the clear day, and you spend more and more time looking at, oh, I'm so amazing, I feel so great, I'm so glad I felt this, I love this, I love that, but I'm so sad it's gone, and my heart is bleeding for it, and I'm kind of afraid of money and success, and if it's just more comfortable to be sitting here and like a grieving widow on this beautiful velvet throne with flowers blooming around me because I'm just so connected. Yeah, girl, you're super connected. But you could be using that energy to make the next Mona Lisa. And then stand there watching the tides of the ocean and money and everything flowing to you, regardless of whether there's a ship in the background or not. Who cares? You can create your own masterpiece and fill your own Ace of Cups. Use that forest to build your own foresty kingdom of Lothlorien and be the elf queen for yourself. And go in a completely different direction than the one you thought you were going to go in, just because you want to. No one's going to be kind to you if you're not kind to yourself. And you can't be kind to yourself if you're stuck in your emotions all the time. And under Talon the Sylph is the Piper, which is a card of inherent communication, telepathic music, being really connected with someone. And then there's unity underneath that, which is unity. There's like the source energy. The unity card is pretty much the universe card in that deck. You are connected to that person that you long for, whether it's a remnant of you or someone else. But it's never going to go anywhere if you don't change the momentum. Change the momentum of what has been. Change the song, the thoughts, the messages you're sending the universe. Go from this pale green, sage green of wisdom lost and wisdom gained to unity. You don't have to stay in this forest and be lost in it, in this daydream and just looking at one glimmer after another. of sunlight coming through to get a little bit of clarity. Like a mermaid in the ocean, just trying to find the way back to the surface, but you're so far into your feelings you can't tell up from down. But you're perfectly capable of doing everything on your own. It's like you're sabotaging yourself. And this Queen of Wands is just sitting there waiting for you. Like, how much more are you going to make me wait holding this wand in my hand that's growing branches and berries on it for you to stop being this emotional mess so we can go start an empire? The things fire and water can do, it's an alchemical interaction between each other. It's the male and female within you, the light and dark, the AC and the DC energies, electromagnetism, like all of these things, that gravity and lightning and light, and ugh. And you're just wasting this potential because of woulda, coulda, shoulda. And I'm sorry, I apologize for there not being many other different kinds of. This is just a very specific emotion, a very specific message I'm getting. Someone is really wasting their life, their youth, their potential, their life, their energy, their life force that they could be using to manifest beautiful material things into their life. And it's not about material things, but you can serve the world and your life better from a place of luxury. You don't have to live in a box to say you're a good person. You can live in a mansion and say, I'm a great person, and here's how you can help yourself be a great person too. Someone with the capacity of the Queen of Cups, babe, you can do so much. Energy manifests into the material world. Emotions are energy. If you are capable of focusing your mind so much into the past, what could you do if you focused it into the present and took that sadness or longing you feel and painted this most beautiful, sorrowful painting? Have you ever seen the painting from Shakespeare, I think, from the story of Shakespeare, called Ophelia? It's one of the most beautiful paintings I've ever seen. Or the Midsummer Night's Dance, where there's just the fairies and the woman in the ring of fairies. What emotion does that evoke in you? The statue of Michelangelo, the Mona Lisa, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the cities and countries built, street foundations and directions, different religious structures like cathedrals and mosques and different churches and temples, even a mountain. What did the Earth Mother feel to make the Grand Canyon? Whether it's a laser beam from space that made it or a stream of water that channeled through it, what would that emotion be that was felt to create that into the physical world? Holy shit, this is going for 38 minutes. Okay. Do yourself a favor. Take what you feel and make something with it today. It could even be a doodle. Stick figure drawings. Just draw something. When I get into those moods where I'm just lost in my emotions, I take out coloring pencils and I draw different flowers. I don't even have a plan. I simply take the piece of paper and I draw a line with a certain color, any color. And then I take another color and I draw another line. And eventually I have so many lines it looks like a flower or a starburst or a building structure. I mean, look at this. What did somebody feel to create this? And this has the same flowers that she has there. I think they're chrysanthemums? I don't know what they are right now. Like, asking me the name of flowers is... What did you plant there? I don't know. What did you plant there? I don't know. It's green. What did you plant there? I don't know, but you can eat it. So, do yourself a favor. Take that beautiful sorrow that you feel. Take that sadness and the capacity you have to feel the depths of human emotion and make something that'll stun the world. Just go on Instagram or Tumblr or Google something of what people do when they carve something out of a tree. Oh, I hadn't even noticed this. Look. I hope you can see it. The camera is at a weird angle because it's my phone. Right here. 2 trees intertwining. This one broken over from the weight of itself. The person you have been waiting for will come back to you because you've manifested it, but you must be at the vibrational match of the experience that you wish to manifest. In order to do that, you must get this energy out of you. No one wants to hang out with a negative Nancy. No, I apologize if your name is Nancy. Okay. Overview of this. Look. Different direction to go in than where you've been going. Somebody waiting for you. Stubbornly, arrogantly, pridefully. Are you ready yet? What is she eating to be like, God, there's nothing around her. Look at that cat. That cat is bored out of its mind. Like, she's so just, ugh, are you ready yet? Almost. Just looking at the last drop of something that happened. Really? That's what you're doing? I have the mysteries of the world and ancient history at my left and right feet. A cat from the Himalayan Siamese mixes and is just bored out of its mind, and you're sitting there looking at that cup? Yep. Did you make something with those emotions? Nope. Are you gonna? Waiting for a reason to. Really? I'm gonna go. No, please don't go. I love you. Guys, you like the way this is being said to me and shown to me.